afternoon, good evening, wherever you are from Radio W.O.R.K.S. I am Camelia Bogdan, and today at the Money Show, I have a special guest. It's Dario Cucci, Sales and Serve Master Coach. He helps businesses not only to increase the sales, but also to leverage and to grow their communications and sales skills, and to improve and retain all the clients that they have. Welcome, Dario, and it's an honor for me to have you as my guest here. Because you are a master coach on sales, please tell me why, and to the audience, why sales are so important for any business.
Well, in sales, sales is the outcome of any conversation. People make it like it is the must-have-it-all kind of thing. Now, the thing about sales is it's the heart of every business, because without sales, you cannot grow. You don't have the funds to grow your business. You cannot advertise without money. I haven't met somebody at Facebook that says, "Oh, you're such a nice person, we're just going to give you £1,000 advertising for free," or going into the shopping center for groceries and go, "I will try the spaghetti today and I'll give you the money if I like them." So for every business, especially the startup, small business owners, they need to increase sales so that they can literally start growing. And I say it's like you having a baby. At first, it's like really, really small. It needs a lot of attention and a lot of nurturing, and eventually grows up and becomes an adult. But that takes time. And so does building a business. It takes time. And so that's why sales is so important. However, when it comes to sales, it's not just about the sale. It's about building the relationship and understanding that building that relationship with your customer is a starting point as soon as you ended up making that sale. So it's not the end of all, it's the beginning of all.
Yeah, because in the last month, I heard a lot saying that the most important thing is only to grow your network, to grow your list, and to have it. That I think, at least, and you can confirm or not, if only having that is enough.
No, it's not, because here's the thing about lists. I got a list, and everybody has a list. Some people are very good at marketing and nurturing their list. However, we all get every day at least 100 emails that we are part of some lists, that we get information, news, sales pitches, anything, webinars, free tickets, and so on. Excuse me. And it's not in the list, it's in the way you hold the conversations with the individuals. That is where the money is. Not in the list, it's in the conversation you hold. Because the list is basically a numbers game for one reason. Let's say you got 1,000. Out of the 1,000 emails that you send in one go, maybe 1 to 3% will actually open it up. So anywhere between 10 people to 30 people will open that email. And if you're really lucky, 1 to 10% out of that will then buy whatever your offer is. So out of 30, maybe 3 people will buy. And when you're looking at Frank Kern, Ryan Dice, and the other huge internet marketers that have a huge list and a huge following, they can make a living with that because they got 1 million subscribers. When you get 1 million subscribers, 1 to 3% is still a very good number. But when you get 1,000, it's a very small number. You cannot make a living. On the other hand, when you're making a phone call and you're actually talking to that person and you're starting to build a relationship, and then they buy from you because they see the value in the service, they understand the value of the service that you're selling, then even if you're just talking to one person that buys that, you already made more profit in a short period of time than with a list of 1,000 people that you are emailing constantly, because it takes at least I'd say anywhere between 3 months to 6 months to make one sale just through a list, unless they really know you and it's low price and it's not like, like a thing to think about,
Yeah, exactly. And it's also, okay, it's about the sales because that is the only way to bring money in your company.
Mm.
At the end, however, you have to have profit because you can have, for example, one sale, but that's to not be enough to cover your expenses. So you have to build that relationship with your customers and in a way that at the end to have profit of to the sale.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, every sale that you make should give you a little bit of a profit, depending on what it is that you're selling. Now, when it comes to coaching and consulting and any kind of expert advice where the product is intangible, it's more difficult because you're not selling something that gives instant gratification. You're selling something that gives eventually gratification, but it might take a while. So the people that buy from you need to understand the benefits of getting started now for the future instead of thinking I need it in the future and that's when I get started, because that is the wrong thinking. Because if you are not good at communication, if you're not good at sales pitching, if you're not good at closing or handling an objection, or you're not confident in talking and making a sale, then you can have the biggest list that you'll call and you will burn bridges immediately and you will not make sales. And that is the biggest thing that you should actually work on. But until you got somebody like me coaching you, you're actually not improving. So saying I will hire you when I got the money to afford it, right now I'm investing in marketing, is the wrong strategy, to be quite honest, because you don't need a bigger list. You need to learn how to talk to the individual to get them from A to I'm interested to B to let's get started and here is the money.
Indeed. Now, because you put this on the money perspective, I have a question. Let's imagine that there are two Dario. One, it's the business owner of your company, and the other Dario is the person who is working on that company, or is the person. From money perspective, these two Dario are paid separately, or the Dario, the person, use Dario business owner money? So with other words, you as a person have your own income, or only Dario as a business owner has his own income?
I'll just write the way that my business is structured for the time being. It is me, myself, and I. So I don't need to employ myself to be employed by me. So it doesn't make sense, because then I would have to then I have to pay 3 times. I have to pay once for the company, once for myself, and once for the employee, and it just doesn't make sense. So it's just I'm the company, and I have money aside for certain things, like for traveling and things and expenses like that. And then I got money that I spend for my daily living kind of thing. And that's pretty much it. And then I got the other expenses that I pay off. But I think that is the way that I manage right now. And eventually because I hate doing admin, eventually what I will do, I hire somebody to do it for me, and still have the overview and still look at what do I spend and not. But for me, any kind of admin, I like to delegate that instead of me having to do it.
I see. I'm asking this because indeed, most of the business owners, they consider companies' money to be their own personal money, And usually when we need something, it's like, okay, we draw dividends and we use that. When it's coming about money, usually is to have a management of them, not only from the company perspective, but also from the personal view. Why I'm saying this? Because you have your own necessities. It's not the company's one. Like, I want to have the holiday. It's not necessarily the company's holiday. It's yours. Yeah, I want to invest in me as a person, to grow me as a person. Of course, this will help me to grow my business. And all these expenses should be known. In the moment that we are only one person, only one man show, being a coach and trainer and being at the beginning, as you said, as a startup, then we have to make the distinction between these two. Of course, can be the same pot, but at least to manage them in the way to know exactly, okay, this is my income. A part is going for the daily expenses, which can be mine plus companies on the same pot, and can be for developing, for education, can be for marketing, can be for my soul, for my spending. We need to have a structure, even if it's from the company, to be able to grow. I heard a few years ago a quote, I think it's not necessarily a quote, but was saying that any business can grow only at the owner level. How do you think about this, and how this is coming about, having enough money for that?
Oh my God. I think in the beginning, yes, it is at the owner level, and then eventually you need to be more like not in the business, but outside the business, delegating and not make it rely just on you, because otherwise you can never grow it. So you are ultimately need to create multiple streams of income within your business and outside of that business. And so that is one reason why I hold events. So besides holding events, I also do coaching. Besides doing coaching, I also do speaking. And besides doing speaking, I'm also having my membership site being built and things like that. So there are multiple things that I do to have eventually multiple streams of income. And then I got my own properties as well. So I think in the end of the day, it is true to a certain point. When you as a business owner reach, say, the 5-year mark or so, and now you got several employees or freelancers that do work for you, which I do have freelancers that do occasional work for me, then ultimately you can then say, now I can train people to do what I do. And then I can say, okay, now I can actually leverage their service, the service that I'm doing, through leveraging their time. And then it's not anymore just you growing from you, then it is more than just you. Then it becomes a company. But that takes time, No, I haven't met anyone that just started a business and out of the blue became successful. Every entrepreneur, every business owner that, that is and has become successful fell on their nose. They had to get up, they had to start over again, they had to learn from their mistakes, and so on and so forth. And I say having your own business is like having your own baby. So I don't want children. I got enough to do for what I do. But let's just say if I were to have children, then I wouldn't have the time available to really do what I do on a business level. I wouldn't be able to travel as often as I do because I would be bound to look after the child. And with the business, it's the same thing. So that is the reason why some entrepreneurs and small business owners that are still employed in another company instead of working on their own business. They are still working for someone else. And that is the reason why they're not succeeding, because they are compromising their time and values by working for someone else instead of following what they want to achieve by putting in the time and effort and money to grow what they want to grow as their business.
Indeed, till the business is working itself, we can't say properly that we are a business owner. Business owner means that you own that business and you are not working on that business. For the beginning, each of us is working on the business to be able to build it, to grow it. And when we feel comfortable, depends by each of us, then we start to hire people and to have employee and to grow that business in the way and to delegate the activities, as you said, in the way that allow us to have that business working for us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say that you can necessarily have to go outside at all of the business. You can be involved, but it's not that you have to be there every time and every minute to organize and to do things on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And in which way, being a business owner, the part of growing, how do you see it to be a natural one to grow the business? Means there are a lot of theories saying that, okay, you can grow the business having only online products, can grow the business only having coaching one-to-one, or you have to do, let's say, only online marketing because the old fashion of discussing with the people and so on is not working anymore. Or in which way you recommend that a business can grow, especially the business on coaching and training part?
My belief is that coaching, mentoring, consulting, all those kind of services, okay, until you got a name and you made it in the industry and everybody's talking about you and all of that, trying to do any kind of membership selling is a very hard task for one reason. There's a lot of competition on the internet, on training portals and memberships and so on and so forth. And people, even if there is incredible value, they will go, yeah, all right, well, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to pay £97 a month. What if I don't use it, and so on. When, on the other hand, with coaching and consulting and even personal training or online personal training and things like that, it's a very personal matter because you work with someone that you like. You, as a customer, don't work someone or spend your money on someone. You get the feeling that they can't help you. So if you get the feeling that that person can help you because of the conversations you've had, then they're more than willing to spend money on you. And so my belief is that one-on-one or online one-on-one coaching and consulting and personal training is a good way to start, because once you get a certain reputation and people will love what you do because the results they're getting, the support you deliver, and the way you are looking after them, and because of their growth they're getting from you mentoring and coaching them, your name will get out there. And when you down the track decide to launch a membership site, even if it's in 2 years' time, those people that no longer have one-on-one coaching with you but still stay in touch, they will maybe even become your members because they are missing that kind of guidance, but they don't want to continue spending that money because they learned it. Now they can do it themselves. But on the other hand, they go, I want to keep on learning from this person because they help me so much. So, and then they will refer other people to it. And so that strategy, set up a membership site and then sell your coaching at a higher level, can only work under one condition. You leverage someone else's list. And that someone else is either a sponsor or an ambassador of you and highly praises you, giving you added credibility for you to then sell that membership and even ask for higher price for coaching and mentoring. Only then you can actually do it. And then you need to give something back to that person most of the time. So that is why I say the easiest, or not the easiest, it's not the easiest way, but it's the simplest way to increase cash flow is when you offer online coaching and mentoring and that sort of thing, one-to-one or one to a small group, okay? So then you can, because people then get to know you and they are willing to invest in you because they had this conversation with you where you built the trust up and where you showed them the value that you can give to them. So that is my recommendation, because all the other stuff, membership sites take a lot of time to set up. There's technical issues. Then you need to get a sales page done. You need to get a landing page done. You need to get all the videos done. You need to get them edited. You need to make sure that there is a sales campaign. You need to get the autoresponder set up. You need to get the email set up. You then want to maybe do webinars. You need to get them set up. All of that needs to be integrated. Then you got the videos uploaded for all the training. Then some of the videos don't work, so you need to get that fixed. Then you need to make sure that the login portal works. Then you need to make sure that the design is right. Then you need to make sure that slogan is there. Then you need to make sure that all the people that want to promote it for you have their affiliate links. Then you need to make sure that they have their emails to promote what you want to promote. And then there's a whole lot of lists. And that takes about 6 months at least. How long does it take me to talk to you one-on-one? 1 minute.
Yeah.
I pick up the freaking phone and say, hi, Camelia, when do we want to do a Skype talk? I just want to see how I can be as assistant to you to help your business grow, improve your communication skills, and help you gain clarity on your business journey to serve your customers better. When would be a good time? You will tell me on that day. Great, book it in. I have that conversation with you, and then at the end of the conversation, I say, are you ready now to actually continue the journey with me to grow the business? And then you go yes, or you go no, either way. But it didn't take me 6 months to get there. It takes me one phone call and one meeting, and that's it. So that is the difference. And then, you get paid for it. So those are the reasons why.
And also, it's not a so huge cost as it is on the membership side.
Oh,
and
no.
It's not only the time, it's also about the cost. Coming back to the cost and the money, how is your belief? What is your belief about knowing how to manage properly your money? Not necessarily companies one, of course, that it's also very important. But to manage your personal money as a business owner?
My belief is that everything needs to be in balance. I need to have my life and my business in balance. So I spend not a lot of money on, to be quite honest. I mean, the biggest spending that I have in general is when I organize seminars and when I need to fly to London and staying in London, because the hotels are anywhere per night, depending which hotel I'm staying at. I'm investing at least anywhere between £60 to £190 per night. So if I stay 2 or 3 nights, that's about between £200 and £500 that I end up investing just for sleeping. And then you need to travel forward and back, and the time. That is where most of the money ends up going. And so My belief is as long as I can keep the balance and make sure that for my belief that I'm not overspending, but I can manage what I'm spending and even control my credit cards and things like that, I'm on a good track. And then the next thing for me is my belief is the more people I serve, the more money I will make. So the more that I can be of value and add value to people and help them with their business, the more money I will make. And that's ultimately for me the goal. Okay. This is the reason why for next year I organized a multi-speaker event, because I want to inspire the entrepreneurs and small business owners to really think outside the box, to really see that there is more to building a business than what everybody is talking about online. And it's like it's become like an illness online. It's like obsession on social media and internet marketing, and the entire human touch and communication has gone missing. And we need to reintroduce it and start nurture it again. And so that's the reason why. And you've been with me for a while now, and whenever you ask if I'm available or I can be of help, or even if you don't ask, I tell you. And the reason is because I want to make sure that every person I work with knows that I'm there for them, regardless of where they're at. Because I've seen the exact opposite happening in the past with other experts where it's not the case. So, and for me, money and business and even life is all about balance, and managing it. And I always say time is money. So the time that you invest now in your business will pay off in the future. Because even when you're looking at The Secret, the movie The Secret, they say there is a time buffer in the universe. So when you envision an elephant in the room, it doesn't, there won't be an elephant immediately there in the room. Otherwise, there would be, there'd be trouble. So, eventually you might meet an elephant, and it will be in a room if that is what you're focusing on as an ongoing kind of thing. But it will take time. And that is the same with your business. It will take time. Though the thing that I can promise everyone is if you do every day one small step towards where you want to go, and you have mentors and coaches around you, and you surround yourself with the right people, and you are investing in yourself and not making excuses to, I can't afford it because blah, blah, blah. Invest in yourself, even if it's 100, 200 or 300 pounds a month. Invest in yourself to grow your business, because whatever you learn from the coach and mentors that help you along the way, it will pay off. And whatever you invest in yourself will come back to you tenfold. So in the way that I'm thinking is everything that I'm investing in myself, in my own personal growth, everything will come back tenfold. That's my belief.
Yes, indeed it is, because money at the end, it's only a result of what are you doing, how much value do you provide around, and everything in life behaves exactly as it is around us, in environment, in nature. Why? Because you put a seed in the earth, but from that small seed you can harvest a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables. So it's not like I put only one seed and I have only one fruit of that. And it's the same thing with everything that we are giving away.
Yeah.
We are giving value, we are giving good things that will be returned back 10 times, 100 times, depends on how much water we put to that seed and how we take care about it.
Absolutely.
Money is not necessary something that we have to go for it. It's a result of what we are doing. Always I'm saying that you have to enjoy and to enjoy and to have a lot of fun also during the travel, not only at the destination, during the journey. because otherwise we forget the essence of living. And this kind is applying on each field of our life. It's not only on personal, it's also on the professional side. In any relationship that we have, it's about journey, and we have to enjoy every moment, to live in the present.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, this can happen also. Having the mind empty means don't focus on the worries part, on what is not working good, and having a proper questions that will help you to grow properly.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Dario, thank you for your sharing.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for
You're welcome. No worries.
your wisdom on this evening.
Yeah.
And I hope to have you back, because
Sure.
this is not a show that you have only one lifetime invitation. So I hope to see
Thank
you
you. Yeah, sure,
with other
absolutely.
rotation. Thank you a
Absolutely.
lot. And
Thank you. Thank
uh,
you for having
for,
me.
for everyone, I wish you good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are.
Thanks, Camilla.